Aries, my Boston cream, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to your funny and your most favorite Armenian guy here at the Renaissance Tarot, where I serve and I slay. So, dear Aries, firstborn of the zodiac, I'm going to be doing your bonus free extended reading for the month of October. In order for me to give back to the community, I've decided to do this reading as a way of giving back. And in this reading, I'm going to take a look at your recent, past, present, and future. I'm going to clarify the main challenge and all the cards and get some final advice for you. Now, dear Aries, I would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here onto the channel. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for your beautiful presence and your participation. Let's get into your reading and see what's going on for you. I love the fact that the reading starts off right with you, Aries, with the Emperor, so that's great. Now, your challenge, dear Aries, is the Four of Swords. And what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck is the Page of Wands. So your challenge here, first of all, has to do a lot with the fact that, first of all, there is a separation between you and someone else not talking, but also there is a lot of healing that's happening, that's taking place within you. Four of Swords here talks about going within yourself. A lot of you are feeling kind of disconnected from someone. There is currently someone that you are not talking to. We're going to clarify and see why this happened and why this is your challenge for the month of October. In the recent past, dear Aries, you have the Emperor, the Page of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. I was going to say Taurus. Some of you are dealing with the Taurus. So in the recent past, I do see here you being very clear, wanting to know the truth, maybe saying something, executing something in regards to a specific person. And we're going to see, like, what was this conversation about? Something happened in the past in terms of a speech or a communication, maybe even a miscommunication. In the present moment, you have the Two of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. So in the present moment, there is definitely this energy of wanting to make the right decision here. You might be going back and forth. There is a strong association here in regards to family dynamics here. You're asking yourself this question, if you and this person will ever really end up together, forming family, living under the same roof. You know, there is a lot of hot and cold energy. We're going to clarify this in a moment. Now, in the near future, you have the Eight of Cups, the Empress, and the Queen of Pentacles. So, dear Aries, in the near future, there is a decision that needs to be made, whether to walk away from someone, possibly from a Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or to stay with them and nourish this relationship. What you don't see coming here, I see that, you know, after all, even though there is a separation here, it looks like there is the possibility to work things out between you and someone else. So let's get into your reading and let's clarify all the cards for you. So I'm going to clarify your challenge, dear Aries, which is the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords is clarified by the Six of Swords, the Hermit, and the Lovers. Again, there is a separation here between you and someone else, as I said earlier, right? Between you and someone that you truly loved. It's a soulmate connection here that you have with this person. You could be considering as a soulmate, could be as a twin flame. Take it as it resonates. I do see here with the Hermit, you're shedding light in the present moment into many factors here. You're really trying to understand deeply, why did this separation happen? Why all of a sudden, you know, we kind of became disconnected from each other. You could be dealing with a Gemini, a Virgo, air sign, but I do see here doing a lot of internal work. Some of you are going through spiritual awakening. Some of you are really deeply asking yourself this main question, why are we not talking to each other? Because I see here a separation. The person you're dealing with, maybe this is someone that either has children or you have children. You know, I feel like there's a lot of factors that influence this connection of not working out, but we're going to see why and how. What happened in the past. So let's talk about you in the recent past, dear Aries. I'm going to clarify the Emperor. So the Emperor in the recent past is clarified by the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so in the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So I do see here in the recent past, someone here being, you know, kind of moving towards you very slowly, very steadily, but very slowly, okay? With the Knight of Pentacles energy, this is someone that's a very moving, calculated, meticulous energy. There was a question here whether someone here wanted to stay single or create family, okay, like a family dynamic here. If you put these two cards right here, you'll see the juxtaposition, right? One of them is just by themselves with the Nine of Cups. The other one, the Ten of Pentacles, it's about family, children, household. So there was a big question here that came into play in regards to, like, you might have even asked this person, like, do you want to commit or do you not want to? Are you ready to commit? Are you not ready to commit? So, you know, there was a lot of questions, okay, that were being raised in this connection. The Page of Swords is clarified by the Eight of Wands, the Temperance, and the Two of Pentacles. Sagittarius, or someone that you dealt with, maybe has Sagittarius in their birth chart. I do see here possibly with the Three of Cups here, for many of you, you really were seeking for a reconciliation with this person after a separation. And with the Two of Pentacles, the Temperance, and the Eight of Wands, this is about you realizing that someone here was being very inconsistent with you, okay? Someone here not being inconsistent. And, you know, we already talked about it. There is no third party here, okay? We don't claim that. I just feel like that a lot of this has to do a lot with someone's growth and maturity in order for them to be with you. With the Two of Pentacles, I see here hot and cold, inconsistency, not being able to really, you know, decide whether they wanted to be with you. I think there was a very strong sense of communication at one point between you and this person, communicating, planning things, wanting to work things out. So let's clarify the Ace of Swords. There is some sort of truth here that you were seeking in the recent past, or for many of you, you went after, like, you were seeking the truth, okay? You went after the truth and you wanted to find the truth. So the Ace of Swords is clarified by the Two of Cups, the Tower, Scorpio energy, and the Queen of Wands. For many of you, it was a very painful ending. You might have found out something in the recent past about this connection, or maybe the ending, the way that actually things ended, it caused this tower moment between you and this person, right? You can see there is a Two of Cups. So it's like a soulmate connection, but also, or a twin flame connection that was very challenging, very difficult, very harsh for many of you to really go through, okay? The ending was very painful. Now, in the present moment, you seem to be really questioning and asking yourself this main question: are we going to be together? Is this going to work out? How are we going to move forward together? So let's talk about the Two of Swords, which is clarified by the Queen of Pentacles, the Hierophant, Taurus energy, and the Two of Wands. Okay, so yeah, a lot of strong earthy energy here as well. Possibly for some of you, a water sign, could be a Pisces fire sign. But in the present moment, there is a physical separation between you and this person, definitely. But many of you are really questioning if it's really worth the travel, if it's worth the distance, if it's worth putting the efforts, because with the Two of Wands here, you're definitely thinking like long term in terms of, you know, seeking the future a few years from now. You know, after all, being as a fire sign, right? You want to make sure that you are on the same page with this person, that things are working out that are supposed to, because there is a strong sense of I want to form family. I want to create this stability for both of us, and you know, the other person has to be on the same page with you. So let's clarify the Ten of Pentacles here for you in the present moment. The Ten of Pentacles is clarified by the Star, Aquarius, like I said before, the Six of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles. So somebody here keeps coming back into your mind. Now, one of the reasons why also I was picking up on like a soulmate connection, twin flame here, like with those, you know, those are like really the relationship cards that already came out here with the Two of Cups and the Lover. So I just feel like here for many of you, this is someone that you feel like you have known even into the past life, like a past life love connection with the Six of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, and the Star. So for many of you, you really feel like you've known this person for a long time. For many of you, you really want to work things out. You want to build this connection with this individual and take it to the next level. There is hope and a wish and that you really want to fulfill with this person. No matter how much you try to really, you know this separation here, this silence, like it's very loud, okay? For both of you that you are in this place, like it's really hurting for you. It's really hurting you at a very deep level to be in that space. The Knight of Swords clarified by the Justice, the Ten of Cups, and the Nine of Swords. Someone here needs to be completely available for you, for them to be with you. Someone here needs to be completely available, like free from something or from someone, okay, in order for them to be with you. Now, some people may say there has to be a third party, there has to be a third party. If that's what you want to believe, if that exists in your reality, then that's your situation. It doesn't have to be for every single person, okay? So I do see here in the near future, like right now you're contemplating that, but in the near future, there is going to be some sort of justice. There is a decision that's going to be made, maybe like even some legal matters here, that someone here is going to maybe even separate whatsoever, to walk away from something that's not serving them, to create peace and harmony in order for them to be with you, you know? So let's clarify the Eight of Cups in the near future for you. I do see here someone disconnecting. You could be disconnecting, this person could be disconnecting, but what comes next is much more fulfilling here. Okay, we're gonna see what happens. Maybe you are disconnecting from someone in order for you to choose to be with this person, or vice versa. So then Eight of Cups is clarified by the Nine of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, and the Ten of Swords. So I do see here in the near future some sort of a situation that's going to end very painfully, or in a way that just maybe was very unexpected. And someone here is going to finally be available and free. Maybe your person decided to pursue a connection or relationship that they thought that was the best option for them, but then they just end up seeing that, you know what, honestly, I feel like I'm just gonna go forward with the person that I truly love. Like there is a strong connection between you and them. Now the Empress here, Taurus energy, someone here truly wants to take care of you and wants to nurture this relationship. The Empress is all about motherhood, divine feminine energy, could be, you know, divine masculine, take it as it resonates. But this is about coming in terms of realizing, even if you're going to be together, if you both want to have children or give birth to this relationship, right? Because, you know, you don't just give birth to children, you also give birth to ideas, you give birth to relationships. So right now there is a lot of healing that's happening, and I think part of your challenge here has to do a lot with becoming a parent, or for the other person. Okay, so the Empress here is clarified by the Four of Wands, Six of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands. So again, in order for you and this person to create that family dynamic here, you both got to really realize that both of you have been in the Nine of Wands energy, which is the wounded soldier. Both of you have trauma, both of you have wounds. We're not going to sugarcoat here, we're keeping it real. Everyone, and I mean, like, dear Aries, everyone has trauma that they need to work things through, right? So I feel like that in the near future, you're gonna really realize and recognize that in order for you to be committed into this relationship, into this person, you know, there is a lot of purging and healing that needs to take place, both in your life and in this person's life. Cannot go into the same connection, into the same relationship, expect to get married and live under the same roof with the same set of thoughts, same set of emotions and feelings. There has to be transparency, there has to be, you know, healing that's going to take place for you and this person to be together and commit to one another. So let's talk about the Queen of Pentacles for you in the near future. The Queen of Pentacles is clarified by the Devil, the King of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. So, you know, there is a strong, also very strong sexual connection between you and this person. You know, King of Pentacles, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy, the Devil, Capricorn, Queen of Swords, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. So there is a lot of clarity that's also going to happen between you and this person. Now, in order for you and them to get to this level of commitment, someone here is going to address, okay, about the unhealthy habits or like what's bothering you, what's bothering them. Queen of Swords is about face-to-face conversation, facing the issues head on, being very logical, very practical, meticulous, and very pragmatic. So a lot of things need to change and transform in order for you and this person to be together, in order for you and this person to really, you know, come into union. And that has to do a lot with what is it that's toxic? What is it that's keeping you and this person in a bondage that really needs to come into your awareness, their awareness, for it to be healed? Because awareness is key, dear Aries. You already know that, right? There is also a lot of abandonment wounds and abandonment issues here that someone here is going to heal and move on from. So let's get the advice, dear Aries. Ariana. So I've done my 29 minute breath work, nervous system regulation video, and I'm absolutely feeling amazing. So let's get into your reading and see what's going on. Let's get into your advice. We already saw what's going on. So you have the Nine of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and the Three of Cups. You know, I do see here you constantly overthinking if you guys are going to reconcile or not, or if this situation is going to get to the point where there is going to be reconciliation. Two of Pentacles here and the Nine of Swords. Yes, there has been a lot of overthinking going on, Aries, and you don't like to be in that state of overthinking. You don't like to be in this place of constantly waiting and waiting and waiting. And as a fire sign, as a fellow fire sign, we both can relate on to that as well. I do feel like here that both of you are going through a major healing journey, and this separation here is becoming a powerful catalyst to move forward and to heal and to really be able to identify what are the things that we need to heal within ourselves. This reconciliation could happen. There is a potential for that. But I do see here you really recognizing that if this person is someone that really has done the work within them and they're on the same frequency, vibration, and page with me, then we can proceed forward. What you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck is the Six of Wands, and this talks about the possibility of coming out of this chaos, because it's quite chaotic and it's quite like mixed up victoriously, right? In a very noble way. The things are going to work out for both of you. So I was going to say Boston. Someone here is from Boston Cream, Massachusetts. But the most important thing here is, dear Aries, what are the affirmations that you are saying about yourself every single day, right? What are the things that you are claiming? What are the videos and the content that you are consuming, right? If a person constantly consumes toxic tarot videos or just in general unhealthy content, then that's going to manifest because our subconscious mind picks up on that, right? So it's very important for all of us to be very vigilant and watch what we are watching and be very careful who we're allowing to speak into our lives. So dear Boston Cream, dear fellow fire sign Aries, this is what I had for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.